Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dawson Ray, and we are broadcasting from a very wet and rainy Bloxage Field in Swampscott, where today the Big Blue will take on the Beverly Panthers. Big Blue coming in at 2-0 off the heels of their dominating victory over Saugus last week, and Beverly is 2-3. Big Blue, the reigning D5 state championship champions, are 1-0 since coming off of a 20-day COVID-19 pause. The ball will go to the Big Blue first. Joey Loretti will kick it off for the Panthers. Kick to about the 15-yard line, where it's picked up. Ran into the middle at the 15-yard line, gets to the 20, and will get tackled down at the 25-yard line, where the Swampscott offense will go to work, as Jason caught a spotty on the return. Here comes the Big Blue offense, led by junior quarterback Cam O'Brien. The three-sport athlete had 5 touchdowns last week, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. Will be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line for the Big Blue. Swampscott winning 41-0 last week versus Saugus. Both sides of the ball were dominant. O'Brien and Baskin in the backfield, with Andrew Gus making his season debut out wide to the left, with Nakari Davis to his right. There's a handoff to Baskin up the middle. Go straight up the middle and pick up about 4 or 5 for the Big Blue, setting up second and medium. Second and 6 for the Big Blue. Swampscott has 2 wide receivers on each side, Augustin and Davis on one side, with Burns and Hammernick on the other side. O'Brien drops back to pass, screen pass to Augustin, caught outside, has enough for the first down and more, and will bring it down to the 43-yard line. Andrew Augustin with his first catch of the season, catching the wide receiver screen from O'Brien, picks up enough for a Big Blue first down. Swampscott now comes out in their trips shotgun set with Augustin on the ISO side left. Brian takes the snap, hands it off to Baskin, who runs right, looking for a hole, and will pick up about 3 or 4 yards there. Pick up about 3, will be 2nd and 7. Baskin had a 10-yard rushing touchdown, along with some explosive running and receiving out of the backfield for the Big Blue, making plays all year. He had 2 punt return touchdowns in the first week before the COVID pause for this team. Now the trips move over to the left with Augustin to the right. Ryan and Baskin in the backfield. Another handoff to Baskin up the middle, breaks off a tackle in the backfield, runs left, stiff arms a man, still looking for room, and will be brought down at about the 43-yard line. Will be enough for a Big Blue first down. Baskin looked to be stuffed in the backfield, shook off a tackle, and then broke it off to the left, stiff-arming a man and picking up a first down. We 1st and 10 in Beverly territory for the Big Blue. Same formation here for the Big Blue. Ran back-to-back handoffs out of it. Trips to the right with 1 wide receiver left. O'Brien looks left, quick throw to Augustin, catches it, Picks up a couple yards and will be brought down for a pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. Or 2nd and 3. Pickup of 7 on the play. Second and 3 now. 2 wide receivers right, 1 wide receiver left. O'Brien takes the snap, hands off to Baskin up the middle, plows forward for a solid run. Should be enough for another Big Blue first down. Swampscott offense having no trouble moving the ball so far in their first drive. All the yards on the drive coming from Xavier Baskin and Andrew Augustin. Two wide receivers on each side, Davis and Augustin on one, Hammernick and Burns on the other. O'Brien takes a snap, looks left, quick throw, is blocked down by the defensive lineman. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Big Blue. Pass is blocked down by Jared Mitchell for Beverly. Two wide receivers each side, double set, shotgun. O'Brien and Baskin in the backfield. Takes a snap, pumps left, looks for the screen pass to Baskin out of the backfield. He catches it and will get swallowed up immediately by the Beverly defense. Nice play made by number 40, Grant Easton. Easton wearing number 28 today. 3rd and 13 for the Big Blue in Beverly territory. The 34-yard line. Same formation for the Big Blue. An obvious passing down here. O'Brien. Davis on motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle of the basket. He runs left, has room to the left side, gets a block on the outside by Hammernick, and will be brought down after a modest pickup. Looked like he had room to the outside, but Beverly contained it quick. Will be 4th and long for the Big Blue. Pick up about 3. There. Big Blue calls on their punt team. O'Brien, not only the quarterback, is the punter for the Big Blue. Andre Sullivan back to return for the Panthers. O'Brien softly punts it, lands at about the 5, and will be down at the 1-yard line by Dylan Dubiel, the long snapper, getting down there to stop it down. Great punt by O'Brien will set up the Panthers offense at the 1-yard line. Beautiful punt by O'Brien and good hustle by Dylan Dubiel getting down there to down it at the 1. About halfway through the first quarter here. Danny Morency, the Panthers quarterback. 2 wide receivers to his right. Now they motion into a 3 running back backfield. That'll be a handoff up the middle. Bounce to the outside, has room. He has one man to beat, and he gets slowed down by Dubiel and knocked out of bounds by Augustin, but not after a huge gain. Jaquan Jones on that carry. Augustin bounced him out of bounds after Duviel slowed him down. 25-yard rush there. Now 1st and 10 for Beverly on the 26-yard line. Three running backs in the backfield for Beverly. As they run the same play, handoff up the middle, and that time it gets swallowed up by the Big Blue. For a maybe pickup of 1. Jones with his 2nd carry. It was Joey Loretti on carry, excuse me.
Let's go, G!
Morency takes it's a pitch to the right, and great contained by Duviel, but misses the tackle, and that will still go for a loss. I think there was a block in the back in the process. That will bring the Beverly offense back 15 yards. Jaquan Jones on the carry again for Beverly. We set up 2nd and very long for the Panthers. Would have been a loss anyway, but the block in the back will push them back even farther. So Loretti in the backfield now for Beverly. Sets a fake handoff to the fullback, handoff to Loretti, breaks a couple tackles, and pick up a very short gain. Will set up 3rd and very long for Beverly. Great job by the Big Blue defensive line, getting in there and stumping out the run. So Brian will check in for Jordan Cummings on the defensive side of the ball. 3rd and 18 from the 18-yard line. Third and 18 for Beverly. They set up with trips to the left side with 1 running back in the backfield. Maroney takes the snap looking left, and Angelo Ciciotti is going to get in the backfield to sack him. Angelo Ciciotti and Thomas Rizzoli combining for the sack will make Beverly have to punt on 4th and 31. Great pressure. And Beverly had great coverage by Swampscott. Beverly had no one open, and pressure by Ciciotti and Frizzoli will combine for the sack and the defensive stop. This will set up great field position for the Big Blue, barring a bomb of a punt. Baskin back to return for the Big Blue.
Let's go.
Snap is good. As they get the punt off, it's a little bit of a wobbler. As that will bounce, take a Beverly bounce all the way down to the 45-yard line. So it's a great job by Beverly to avoid disaster with either a safety or great field position for the Big Blue. A little bit of a lucky bounce gives them that. As O'Brien and the Big Blue offense will go back to work at the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. Same offensive starters. Nakari Davis lining up at the tight end, leaving Augustin alone on the right side with Hammernick and Burns to the left. Baskin in the backfield. There's a handoff right up the middle of the Baskin. He gets swallowed up by Beverly. Jared Mitchell got in the backfield first, and 2 Beverly defenders brings Baskin down quickly. No gain on the play. Second and 10 for the Big Blue in Beverly territory. Davis now lining up in the backfield with Baskin and O'Brien. So there's a quick handoff to Baskin. Bounces it to the outside, has room to the outside, and he'll cut inside. And we'll pick up about 10 yards on the play. Or about 9 yards on the play. We'll set up 3rd and short for the Big Blue. 1:39 to go in the first quarter. Still 0-0 here. Bloxage Field. Two wide receivers left, with 1 wide receiver right and Davis acting as a tight end. O'Brien takes a snap, fakes a handoff to Baskin, takes it himself for a first down. Take it right up the middle of the Beverly defense for a first down. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. That was an 8-yard gain on the play. Set up 1st and 10 for the Big Blue inside the 30-yard line. Now Swampscott sends out trips to the right with Augustin on the left. O'Brien takes the snap, looks left, now looks right. Rolls right, gets away from a Beverly defender, lobs it up for Davis, and that ball is picked off at the 9-yard line by Tyquan Jones and Jay-Sean Jones. Thank you. Jay-Sean Jones with the pick. Set up the Beverly offense. On the 8-yard line. Deep in their own territory. Morency in the backfield. So there's a quick handoff up the middle, and then good defense by the Big Blue. Pulls him to a short gain. Grant Easton on the carry. Pick up about 4, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 0-0 score here at Bloxage. Will be Beverly ball coming into the second quarter. 0-0 here at the start of the second quarter. It'll be second down and 6 for Beverly as the field switches over. Deep in their own territory. At the 12-yard line. Morency, team's quarterback, with Joey already at the tailback spot in the backfield. No wide receivers out there. So there's a quick handoff to already, and he takes it up the middle for a short gain of maybe 2. Three-yard carry. A little bit of maybe a generous spot there. Looked a little bit shorter than that. But it will be third and short for Beverly. Third and 3.
Let's go, Blue!
Morency Loretti, again, taking the tailback spot in the backfield with Easton at the fullback. There's a fumbled snap, and then was jumped back on by Morency. Be 4th and 4. So Beverly will send out their punt team. Baskin will again be back to return. He had 2 punt returns in the first game before the COVID pause. Saugus did not let him return it at all last week. He had to return one today as there's only been 1 punt. So Carson Breen will punt it away. Good snap. Punts it as that's a shank off of his foot. Will only get to the 19-yard line. Barely got to the first down line. As Swampscott will go back to work. Will be 1st and 10 for the Big Blue at the 18-yard line. So that punt shanked off the foot of Breen, and O'Brien will go back to work, this time setting up in the red zone. Last drive, an interception in the red zone for O'Brien. Looks to bounce back from that to get a touchdown here. 2 wide receivers on each side. Now Davis motioning over to the right. Will set up on the right side. So O'Brien looks right, now looking left, rolls out left, looking for someone to throw to. Throws it deep into the end zone. That pass is dropped by Elijah Burns. It would have been a tough catch anyway, but did hit his hands. It will be 2nd and 10. O'Brien looked at Hammernick in front of Burns, but pass over Hammernick's head. 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line for the Big Blue. 10-11 left in the second quarter. Just getting underway in the second quarter. 0-0 score. Swampscott sends out 1 wide receiver left, 2 wide receivers right. Basket in the backfield with O'Brien. So there's a fake handoff read option to O'Brien, and he breaks off a tackle and will pick up a solid gain on 2nd down. We'll set up 3rd and manageable here for the Big Blue. With 3rd and 4. Swampscott hasn't gotten much of a pass game going, but the run game has been somewhat successful here in the first half, with Baskin and O'Brien combining for that core. O'Brien had 5 touchdowns last week, still looking for his first one today. So there's no score here in the second quarter. Davis now motions out to the right. O'Brien rolls right, looks for someone in the back of the end zone. Now will take off himself and will pick up about 9 for a Big Blue first down, setting up 1st and goal. O'Brien had no one open, so he just took it himself, picked up the first down. Now set up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. First and goal. Now O'Brien and Bass in the backfield. Gustin alone on the left side. Burns and Hammernick on the right. There's a quick handoff to O'Brien. And he gets in for the touchdown. Picking out as there's a fake handoff to Baskin, and O'Brien takes the read option in for a big blue touchdown, making the score 6-0. Swampscott is up. O'Brien on the 3-yard rushing touchdown. Frizzoli on to kick the extra point. Was 5 for 6 on extra points last week.
Go, Blue.
Snap good, hold good. Kick is up and right through the middle. So Big Blue will go up 7-0 with 8:31 to go in the first half.
Way to go, come on! Good work, Cam. Come on now!
All right, Drew.
Frizzoli now on to kick it off for the Big Blue. Frizzoli with the squib kick right up the middle. Picked up by Beverly. Now running left. And will be chased down by Dylan Dubiel and Jason Cottisbody at the 15-yard line. Great kickoff coverage by the Big Blue. That was Sean Jones on the return. Beverly will set up on their own 15-yard line here. Big Blues defense has stayed solid after their dominant performance last week, only allowing Saugus into their own territory one time. Now Morency, that's going to be a false start. So that play was blown dead. Now we'll set up 1st and 15 on the 10-yard line. Yeah, Swampscott's defense forced 4 turnovers last week, 2 of them coming on kickoffs from Saugus, 2 on fumbles. Have stayed solid today so far. Angelo Ciciotti and Thomas Frizzoli combining for a sack. Danny Morency trying to get the offense going. Jay-Sean Jones in the backfield hands it off to him and is swallowed up by Angelo Ciciotti and Dylan Dubiel after a short gain. We're getting 3 yards. We're going to get a timeout on the field by Swampscott, or by Beverly. The 2nd and 13 after the timeout. 2nd and 12. Second and 12 for the Panthers coming out of timeout. So there's a handoff inside, and it gets swallowed up immediately by Zach Pierce in the backfield. Carry on the play by Grant Easton. Will set up 3rd and 10 for Beverly. Beverly has not been able to get much offense going besides the 26-yard carry on the first play of their offense by Jay-Sean Jones. Not been able to get much going. 3rd and 10, 7:35 and counting in the second half. In the second quarter, first half.
Let's go, Blue D!
Morency. 2 wide receivers to his left with Jones in the backfield. So that's a fake end around pitch to the left. Jones looking for room, can't find his. He is forced out of bounds by Xavier Baskin. Will set up 4th down. Good job of the Big Blue staying home on the fake end around to the pitch. And Beverly will punt once again, their 3rd punt in a row. Baskin back to return once again. He's not been able to return one. Last punt was a little shank off of the foot of Carson Breen. Punt is up. This one a much better punt. Will bounce once and will stop down at the 49-yard line. Swampscott will set up with good field position once again, looking to capitalize from it. With 6:50 to go in the first half, O'Brien and his squad will go back on offense. O'Brien did it with his legs on the last drive with a 3-yard touchdown. Swampscott yet to get much passing game going, but they haven't needed it so far as their run game has been good. 2 wide receivers on each side. O'Brien takes the snap, drops back, looks right, now rolls right. Looking for someone downfield, looking for Augustin on the sideline. Is caught, but much too far out of bounds. So it'll go as an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the Big Blue. Yeah, the Big Blue not being able to get much passing game going as they only have 3 completions here. But halfway through the second quarter. Augustin with 2 catches, Baskin with 1 out of the backfield. Now trips to the right side with Augustin alone on the left. Just snap handoff to Baskin, running right, looking for some blocks outside, and not going to get him as he picks up about 2 yards there. Set up 3rd and long for the Big Blue. Baskin looked for a running lane right, never opened up for him. 3rd and 8. Now. Trips to the left side now with Augustin to the right. On the short side on the right hash. From the 49-yard line of Beverly, 3rd and 8. O'Brien looking left. Looks over the middle, and that pass is too high for Nakari Davis. And will be 4th and 9, and they will look to punt back to Beverly. 7-0 here, 5:44 to go in the first half. Both offenses pretty stagnant. with the one touchdown coming on just an 18-yard drive by the Big Blue. O'Brien will look to punt, last punt, pin them down at the 1-yard line. So there's a low snap, bounces to O'Brien. He does get it though. So that's a booming punt. Will be fair caught at the 14, at about the 9-yard line. Andre Sullivan with the fair catch. Set up 1st and 10 for the Panthers in their own territory. Inside their own 10 for the 3rd time today.
At the 9-yard line.
Danny Morency trying to get something going against this really good Swampscott defense so far from last week and this week with Jones in the backfield. So that is a fake handoff to Jones, and the quarterback will look to run out to the left side and will be pushed out of bounds by Jordan Cummings. After a 5-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 5 now for Beverly.
2nd and 5 for Beverly.
Morency in the backfield, or under center with Jones in the backfield. Is a handoff to Jones, and he is tripped up by Dylan Dubiel. After a short gain, will set up 3rd and 3 for Beverly. 3rd and 1 actually for Beverly. 3rd and 2.
Right, 44.
Guy doing the chains right along. Third and short, 3rd and 2 for Beverly. Jones in the backfield once again. So that's going to be a quick handoff to Jones. He tries to bounce to the outside and is contained, but he breaks the tackle now, bounces out left. He has so much room. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, and he's going to go all the way for a Beverly touchdown. 83-yard touchdown for Ja'Shawn Jones. We'll make it 7-6 Beverly. 7-6 Swampscott. Beverly with their first really big play of the game will go for an 83-yard touchdown. So that's the first point scored on the Big Blue since the first week. So now Loretti will look to kick in the extra point. The extra point is no good. We'll stay 7-6 Swampscott with 4:27 to go in the first half. Now Swampscott will look to respond after the explosive running by Ja'Shawn Jones. 83-yard touchdown. First touchdown allowed by the Big Blue in a very long time.
Sean didn't tell you that?
He left that out of your resume, I think.
I specialize in the cannonball.
I think it was shanked off of his, like it was just missed. I don't think anyone got to it.
Let's go, Jason!
Loretti will look to kick off to Baskin and caught his body back for the Big Blue. as he kicks it deep to Kata Spotty's side. Picks it up at the 18-yard line. Now looks for a lane to run. Has room. And he gets dragged down at the 40-yard line. Matthew Saub with the tackle that probably saved maybe a touchdown. Definitely more of a gain. As Swampscott will go back to work at the 40-yard line. 4:17 to go. Two wide receivers on each side. Hammernick and Burns on one side, who neither of them have a catch after 3 touchdowns by Hammernick, 1 by Burns, as O'Brien drops back to pass, evades a sack, and that ball is up for grabs and tipped and incomplete. Andrew Gustin got his hands on it, probably saving an interception by Jay Sean Jones, who just had the 83-yard touchdown. 2nd and 10. Swampscott's passing offense has struggled today with only 3 completions. None by Hammernick or Burns, who both had big games last week. Burns with a touchdown on 3 catches and Hammernick with 3 touchdowns. 4:08 to go. Swampscott up 7-6. Trips to the right side for the Big Blue, with Gustin alone on the left. O'Brien takes a snap, quick throw to Baskin out of the backfield, looks for a room to run. Doesn't have it. He spins off a tackle though, and now reverses Fields. He has a lot of room. He's at the 50. Lead blockers out in front, at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, now at the 10, and he's in for a Big Blue touchdown. 60 yards to the house. Baskin from O'Brien out of the backfield. Looked like he was dead to rights at the line of scrimmage. Reverse Fields and goes all the way in for a Big Blue touchdown, snatching momentum back from the Panthers. Now up 13-6, with Frizzoli looking to add the extra point. Great run from Xavier Baskin for the 60-yard score. And boy, did the Big Blue offense need that one. Frizzoli now looking to add the extra point. And he does. 14-6, Swampscott.
That makes the score Swampscott 14, Beverly 6.
Now the Big Blue will kick it off for Zoli. Just added the extra point. Zoli squib kicking into the left this time. Takes 2 hops. Picked up by Loretti. And he takes the return. He has room to the outside now, and he is at the 50. He's at the 40. He might go all the way. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown. Beverly on the kickoff return. As there is a flag on the play, as this one might come all the way back down, depending on the call. Flag is around the 26-yard line. And there's going to be a hold on the play, and it's going to come all the way back as the Swampscott Big Blue will catch a break. Joey already had a touchdown on the kickoff return, but a holding penalty is going to negate that. As yes, it is a hold.
Against Beverly on the return.
and will bring Beverly all the way back into their own territory. It looked like they would have taken momentum right back into it, but the return was negated by a holding call. First and 10 now at the 20-yard line, or at the 15-yard line.
Let's go, D!
Morency in the backfield. There's a toss to Jones, who had the 83-yard touchdown earlier. Swampscott looking to do a better job containing him. He does. The ball flies out. Ball is loose. So there's a scramble for it. And that's going to be scramble at the bottom of the pile. Referee still moving bodies. Was recovered by Beverly. And will be second and it's a 5-yard loss on the play. Second and 15 from their own 10-yard line. Couldn't see who forced the fumble, but there was a fumble there on the play. Timeout Beverly on the play. Second and 15 for the Panthers at their own 10-yard line. Set 14-6. Swampscott with 2:43 to go in the half. Loretti takes over in the backfield at the tailback spot. So there's a fake handoff to him. Rolling left is Morency, who will take off himself. Almost gets dragged down and now will slip and fall, because he had nowhere to go anyway at the loss of 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 20 for the Panthers. Great contained by the entire Swampscott front 7 as they contained. So there's a timeout on the play by Swampscott before the 3rd and 20 play. Third and 20 for Beverly out of the timeout. Swampscott trying to make a stand here to take a lot of momentum into the half. And we'll get if they make the stop here, we'll get an opportunity to extend their lead for half. But first, they need to make the stop on 3rd and 20. 3 wide receivers to the right. Morency takes the snap, rolls left, will throw the screen pass, and that is tackled down, well short of a first down. 4th down and 11. And Beverly will punt with 2:19 to go in the first half. So there's a timeout on the play. Timeout Swampscott. Save as much time as they can before half, or else Beverly would have had a chance to run it all the way down to about 1 minute 30 seconds before they had to snap the ball. 4th and 13 here as Beverly will punt. Gain of 7 on the screen pass. Baskin back to return. Has yet to have an opportunity to return yet. When he does, he is explosive, as we saw on the 60-yard touchdown on the last Swampscott drive. Breen back to punt. It's a good one. Will bounce at the 39-yard line and roll all the way to the 47-yard line. But it will start in plus territory. Up 14-6 with 2:05 to go in the half, with 2 timeouts remaining.
Beverly's punt is down at the 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Big Blue.
O'Brien, besides the 60-yard screen pass touchdown to Baskin, only has three completions in this first half, but looking to build off the momentum by the defense and the offense. Brian takes the snap, pumps left, now looks to throw left and will throw it away. That's going to be intentional grounding as the ball didn't get to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 15-something yard penalty. It'll be a 15-yard penalty for intentional grounding, plus a loss of down.
O'Brien's pass incomplete.
Be 2nd
and 10 for the Big Blue.
Yeah. The intentional grounding will move them back 15.
Flag on the play.
Set up 2nd and long.
Penalties against Swampscott.
Intentional grounding, not only the yards lost, but also a loss of down will set up 2nd and 22. So it was a 12-yard penalty because they take the spot of where the throw was made. O'Brien takes the snap, looking to throw, lobs it up over the middle to Nakari Davis, who gets to the 50-yard line, getting some of the yardage back. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Big Blue. 3rd and 12 on Beverly's 49-yard line. I would think that the Big Blue would need at 6 or 7 yards to maybe consider going for it. Like 7 or 8. O'Brien has had 2 very good punts hitting Beverly inside their own 10 twice, one at the 1-yard line. But they will look to pick up the first down on 3rd and 12. O'Brien takes the snap, hands it off to Baskin, who runs left, looking for room. There's going to be a flag on the play. We'll be holding on Swampscott. So it'll be 4th down anyway. See what Beverly will look to decline or accept this penalty. Looks like it was definitely holding on Swampscott. I'm going to accept that. If Beverly accepts this penalty, it will be a replay of 3rd down on 3rd and 22. If they decline, it will be 4th and about 7. Is holding on the offense.
Holding against the Big Blue.
Penalty was accepted, so it will be a replay of 3rd down. 3rd and 22 now. Swampscott gets gifted another opportunity, but it will be much more difficult than the first one.
It will be 3rd down for Swampscott at the 43-yard line.
About 3rd and 20, actually. Third and 20 for the Big Blue. 1:39 to go in the first half. O'Brien, Baskin in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on each side. O'Brien takes a snap, looking left, evades pressure, still looking, throws across his body, and that ball is picked off. And now a return at the 47, tackled at the 47-yard line. Picked off on the play by Jonas Pavia, the captain, senior. Ryan, the not amazing decision there to throw across his body when the completion would not have picked up close to a 1st down anyway. But unless Nakari Davis made a crazy run after the catch. But Beverly go back to work in Swampscott territory with 1:26 to go in the first half. Swampscott's defense, besides the 83-yard touchdown, has been very solid so far. 83-yard touchdown by Jay-Sean Jones earlier in the second quarter, as there are trips to the left for Beverly. Throwing left, looking for Jones. That pass is dropped. Dylan Dubiel on the coverage. Pass intended for Jay-Sean Jones. Anthony Pascarosa is in at quarterback now for Beverly. 2nd and 10 now. Pascarosa takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Grant Easton on the carry will be swallowed up by the Big Blue. It's 3rd and 10. Don't believe Beverly has any timeouts left, so they're going to have to hurry up to the line. 1:05 to go in the first half.
Grant Easton on the carry for Beverly.
1-yard carry. 3rd and 9. Pascarosa looks at his coach, gets the call, trips to the left side. Motion by Jay-Sean Jones, gets to the end around, and will be tackled. Good tackle by Nelson Beauchamp on the tackle. 39 seconds to go in the first half as the time will run down. 4th and long for Beverly. Looks like they will go for it, so it'll be one of the last plays of the half regardless. Trips to the right, trips to the left side. As there's a quick throw left, caught for a 1st down by Danny Morency. Picks up the 1st down. 17 seconds to go in the half as there's a timeout called. Beverly's last timeout of the half.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Beverly at the 34-yard line.
That was a 12-yard catch from Pascarosa to Morency. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Big Blue 34-yard line. 17 seconds to go in the first half. If you're Beverly, you're looking for a quick throw or run to get out of bounds. If you're Swampscott, you either let them catch a short pass in bounds or force an incompletion. No, incompletion is not the worst thing for the Panthers here. Trying to get points before half, 14-6, 17 seconds left in the first half. Highlighted by a Jay-Sean Jones 83-yard touchdown for Beverly and a 60-yard touchdown by Xavier Baskin for the Big Blue. Pasquarosa will stay in at quarterback with Morency now at wide receiver right. 3 wide receivers left, 1 wide receiver right. There's a motion man. There's a snap now. Pasquarosa looks left, will now take off with his legs, and that's not going to help Beverly's cause. They have no timeouts left, 10 seconds on the clock. They'll look to get up to the line and spike it quickly. They're running out of time here. 2nd and 5, 3 seconds to go. That's going to be a false start with 1.3 to go in the first half. So Beverly could not get everyone set up. I think they're going to send out their field goal team, trying to get points before the half. Nope, they're going to... Yeah, they are going to send out their... That's a 47-yard field goal attempt here for Joey Moretti in tough conditions, even though the rain has died down substantially. The kick is up. Kick is no good. It is short, and Swampscott will take a 14-6 lead into the second half. Here at Varsity Field. All right, welcome back in the Blox's Fields. We're about to get the second half underway with Swampscott leading Beverly 14-6. Beverly will take the second half kickoff. Frizzoli kicking it away with Jones and Loretti back for Beverly. So that kick lands at about the 20-yard line, takes 2 bounces, then picked up by Loretti, who looks for running room and will be tackled immediately at the 10-yard line, or around the 10-yard line. Anthony Nichols with the tackle, the freshman, who plays running back, starting running back for the JV team, makes the tackle.
There is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. No, never mind. Flag is picked up.
Penalties against Beverly.
It was against Beverly, half the distance of the goal. Okay.
First and 10, Beverly.
Pasquarosa remains at quarterback with Jones in the backfield. Jones gets the pitch to the right. Pitch was a little bit behind him. Still gets out to the outside. Almost gets tripped up by Baskin and steps out of bounds.
Number 2, Jaquan Jones on the carry.
Jaquan Jones on the carry. Had an 83-yard touchdown in the first half. The only score for Beverly so far. Beverly has barely gotten anything going on offense besides that touchdown. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 on their own 4. Pasquarosa with Jones in the backfield. That's a run straight up the middle to Jones, and that gets positive yardage, but not many. Yeah, that was Jones. Jones on his 2nd consecutive carry. Pick up of about 2, 3rd and 11 for Beverly. 9. On the 9-yard line. 3rd and 8. Pick up of about 5 on that one. Grant Easton replaces him in the backfield. Pasquarosa. Jones moves out wide as a wide receiver. Swampscott jumped off sides. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. We'll make it 3rd and 3 for Beverly. Third and 3 on the 14-yard line. Easton stays in the backfield with Jones out wide. There's a handoff straight up the middle. Easton, there's a fumble on the play. And Swampscott has it. Referee still moving bodies, but pretty sure Swampscott has it. There's a flag on the play. And Beverly kept possession. There's a flag late. Would be a first down if it stays in Beverly's hands. There was a scramble for it at the bottom of the pile. See what the referees rule here. Penalty is against Swampscott, I believe. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So Beverly catches a break as they had a fumble on the play. Will now move 15 yards. Oh, Swampscott. Okay, so Swampscott got the fumble, and then there's a 15-yard penalty, moving them back 15 yards. Okay. So it will be Swampscott ball after confusion on the field. First and 10 from the 37-yard line as O'Brien will go back to work. Has a 60-yard touchdown, but has also thrown 2 picks. Hasn't had his best game so far. Only 4 completions on the day, I believe. 5 completions on the day. 5 completions for 89 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. O'Brien, 2 wide receivers on each side. He fakes right, looks for the screen pass to Burns. Burns has room, will pick up a first down and more, and he is in for a big blue touchdown. We'll make the score 20-6. Swampscott. Elijah Burns on the touchdown, his second of the year. He had 1 last week. That goes for 37 yards for the Big Blues. Frizzoli will look to add the extra point to make it 21-6. Swampscott. It was O'Brien too. O'Brien to Burns on the touchdown. And that kick is short. Maybe tipped at the line of scrimmage. Frizzoli misses the extra point, but Swampscott will be up 14 after the touchdown by Burns. Frizzoli now 2 for 3 on extra points. Will kick off for Swampscott. Only took 12 seconds for the Big Blue. 1 play, 12 seconds, 37 yards for the touchdown. So there's a squib kick by Frizzoli, picked up at about the 20-yard line. Now return to the right. Tackle made by Jordan Cummings at the 26-yard line. Jordan Cummings animated after that tackle at the 26-yard line. It's Andre Sullivan on the return.
Hey, Sean, you finally woke up!
About a 7-yard return. Pasquarosa stays in at quarterback with Jones in the backfield, with Hernandez and Easton at fullback. As there's a handoff to the right to Jones, and that is swallowed up quickly by the Big Blue. Short gain on the play. Joey McNone on the tackle. The 27-yard line. No gain on the play. Known on that tackle. Star lineman for the Big Blue, 6'1", 245. This Pascarosa will throw quickly over to the left to McNone. Catch is made short of a first down. Will be third and short. Or third and manageable for Beverly. We 3rd and 2. Morency on the catch, his second of the game after coming out of the quarterback position. Replaced by Anthony Pascarosa. They combine for an 8-yard catch, pass and catch. 3rd and 2 for Beverly. Jones in the backfield with 2 fullbacks in front of him. He gets a handoff up the middle, picks up enough for the first down and more, and will bring it down all the way to the 49-yard line. That was a gain of about 14 there. 1st and 10 at the 49. Jones has had a good day on the ground, besides the one fumble. He stays in the backfield. And there's a run up the middle for Jones. He breaks free. He's at the 30, and he's going to get tackled eventually down at the 25-yard line. Or at the 25-yard line, yes. And there's going to be a flag on the play, after the play. Thomas Rizzoli will come to the sideline for a break. So there's a flag after the play. It's going to go on Beverly, moving them back. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Jones, the running back, as he maybe taunted after the play. Not sure exactly what happened. Still a first down, but Beverly will be moved back. It's actually still 1st and 10. So, still a 25-yard gain for Jones, who's called for a taunting penalty after the play. Pascarosa, 3 running backs in the backfield. Handoff straight up the middle to Jones, and that time he's trying to get contained, breaks off a couple tackles, and is brought down eventually by Dylan Dubiel in the backfield for a 5-yard loss. Dylan Dubiel having himself a nice day on defense. But his 4th or 5th tackle. Loss of 6 on the play.
Second and 15 to Beverly.
2nd and long for Beverly. Same formation, 3 running backs in the backfield, 1 wide receiver to the left. Pascarosa hands it off to Jones once again, who tries to bounce to the outside and is brought down. First hit by number 1, Jordan Cummings, and then got wrapped up by about 3 or 4 more Big Blue defenders. Or maybe not, that was Dylan Dubiel on the initial hit. With the greenish cleats. That is his 5th or 6th tackle on the day. Back-to-back tackles, now 3rd and 14 for Beverly. In Swampscott territory for the 2nd or 3rd time today. 3rd and 14. 1 wide receiver to the right with Jones in the backfield behind Pascarosa, Easton, and Hernandez. There's a pitch to the left to Jones. He runs right looking for room. It is not going to get it. He is swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage by Joey McNone. First one to get there, and he is pumped up. 4th and long for Beverly. They will punt again. Baskin will look to return once again. McNone is fired up after that tackle for a loss. 6'1", 245-pound. junior. He's been a stud since his freshman year here at Swampscott High. Beverly will look to punt again. That one comes off the foot. Weird. But that hit a Swampscott player, and that's going to be Beverly's football. Very unlucky break for Swampscott. That did hit a Swampscott player, and then it was recovered by Beverly. Don't think that's what Breen meant to do, but it works out in his favor. We'll set up Beverly deep, almost to the red zone. That's a very tough break for Swampscott after just having a great defensive stand. They will have to go right back out onto the field. 20-6, still 5:27 to go in the third quarter. It's Pascarosa. Hands it off to Jones. He tries to run left, breaks a tackle in the backfield, and will pick up 5 or 6.
Jones on the carry for Beverly. Brought down by number 66, Jake Apazoglu.
Jones will come to the sideline with Joey Loretti replacing him in the backfield now. Second and 3. That was a 7-yard gain on the play by Jones. Same formation as there's a handoff right up the middle to Loretti, who picks up enough for a Beverly first down. At the 10-yard line will be first and goal for Beverly. Pascarosa trying to lead Beverly into their second scoring drive of the day. McNown, the big nose tap for Big Blue, sets up. So there's a handoff to Loretti looking to go left side, and he'll pick up about 5 yards before being brought down. Second and goal from the 6-yard line, 4-yard carry for Loretti there.
Almost at the 6-yard line, where it'll be second down for Beverly.
Second and goal from the 6. Loretti in the backfield with Pascarosa, Hernandez, and Easton, as there's another handoff to Loretti. That he gets wrapped up by O'Brien, shakes off O'Brien, but then gets brought down for maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, tackled by number 30, Colt Hammernick. Got about 1, maybe. Third and goal from the 5. Swampscott looking for a goal line stand here. Would be huge for the momentum of this game, up by 14. It seems like Beverly is still hanging in there with Swampscott. Pascarosa. Now Jones in the backfield, subs in for Loretti. And he'll get the handoff, and he goes right, and that's tackled down by Dylan Dubiel. Dubiel and Jake Papazoglu on the combined carry as Jones is shaken up on the play. We're going to get a timeout on the field. Jones does get up and is walking gingerly but on his own power off the field. It will be 4th and goal as Marcelo Pinto checks in for Beverly. Timeout. Beverly will use their first of the second half. 2:43 to go in the third quarter. It will be 4th and 3 after the timeout. 4th and goal from the 3. Swampscott subbing in all their big bodies on defense, with Nakari Davis and Cam O'Brien checking in. Here we go. Biggest play of the game. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. The small crowd getting loud. 4th and goal. Loretti replaces Jones in the backfield. Gets the handoff up the middle, and he is stuffed by the Big Blues. They get the goal line stand. Xavier Baskin comes out of the pile first, and the Swampscott will go back on offense with the goal line stand on 4th and goal. That will be a turnover on downs. Huge play by the Swampscott defense. Now Swampscott has the momentum from their defense, but is still backed up in their own end. That went for a loss of 2 on the play. It's Loretti on the carry. O'Brien will now go back to work on offense. Hammernick and Burns to the right, Augustin to the left. There's a fake handoff read option to, and O'Brien carries for about, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe also one, as Baskin did get a break on that play with Jordan Cummings in the backfield. Baskin playing both sides of the ball. That was his first snap off pretty much all day. So he will stay on the sideline for at least this 2nd down and 10 play. No gain on that last play, 2nd and 10, as they will take it under 2 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Cummings stays in the backfield with 2 wide receivers on each side this time. O'Brien calling the shots. Takes a snap, drops back, looks right, quick throw over the head of Burns. That will be 3rd and 10.
O'Brien's pass intended for Cole Hammernick, incomplete.
Intended for Cole Hammernick, actually, not Burns. Third and 10 here for the Big Blue at their own 5-yard line. 1:47 to go in the 3rd quarter, up by 14, 20-6 over the Panthers. 2nd, 2 wide receivers each side. Burns and Hammernick, Davis and Augustin. Baskin back in the backfield on this 3rd and 10. So Baskin will motion out to the left side. So there's a fake screen pass. O'Brien looking deep for Baskin. That's over his head. It will be 4th down on the incomplete pass, and they will punt it away. Beverly's defense, an important stop there to keep them within striking distance. 1:39 in the 3rd quarter as they will punt away with Andre Sullivan back to return the punt. O'Brien's had a good day punting the ball. Probably a better day as a quarterback. Probably a better day punting the ball than he has throwing it so far. Besides the 2 touchdowns. O'Brien gets the punt away. A booming punt at about the 40, caught about at the 48-yard line. This is by Sullivan. He will bring it down to about the 40-yard line for about a 9-yard return taken down on the play by Cole Hammernick. Beverly offense will set up shop in Big Blue territory once again, looking to take advantage. Have not been able to yet whenever they've had good field position, as Pascarosa will stay in at quarterback. Although Beverly has not thrown much today. Only a few passing attempts with a bunch of run plays, either up the middle or a toss. I think they ran 1 jet sweep, a couple quarterback runs. Have not seen much throwing so far. As Loretti still in with Jones sidelined. He got banged up a little bit earlier. As Pascarosa will look to throw. Throws deep to the left. That ball is caught and will be tackled down at the 1-yard line. That was Danny Morency on the catch. Will bring it to the 1-yard line. Coverage on the play by Cole Hammernick. Just got the ball caught over him. So Beverly has thrown the ball. They have succeeded so far today, but have not thrown much. So that was a ball's placed on the 2-yard line. That was a 38-yard catch by Morency. as Loretti will stay in the backfield, and there's a handoff up the middle, and he is swallowed up by Cam O'Brien and Zach Pierce, both combining for the tackle for no gain, loss of 1. There's 30 seconds left in the third quarter, maybe one play before the end of it, as Jay-Sean Jones will check back into the game, still looking a little bit hobbled by whatever happened on the last drive. Looked like a leg injury. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter and counting, as there's a motion to the right by Beverly, and there's a handoff to Jones. Looks to run right, and he is swallowed up by the Swampscott defensive line. And O'Brien has the football, but I think he was down. And Jones is hurt again on the play. Maybe re-injured that leg that he hurt on the last drive. Be 3rd and goal after the injury timeout. And that is the end of the third quarter as well. So they will start with the 3rd and goal after Jones gets tended to by the Beverly athletic trainer. Be 3rd and goal on the other side of the field now. Jones still getting tended to on the other side as he looks to be favoring one of his legs. He will get helped off the field by 2 of his teammates. He will likely be out for the rest of this one. He had an 83-yard touchdown earlier. So now looks to walk on his own power, but is definitely favoring one of his legs. Can't tell which one. See, he's getting helped off the field. Now back to the game. It will be the first play of the fourth quarter. Will be 3rd and goal for the Panthers, without their starting running back, who had an 83-yard touchdown earlier. Their only points so far on the board, and had some strong runs earlier in the game as well. Swampscott held them on 4th and goal once. Now looking to hold them on 3rd and goal here on the first play of the fourth at the 3-yard line. Cascarosa, the quarterback, as Joey Loretti will check back into the game at running back with as there's the handoff to Loretti, and he is swallowed up. First in the backfield is the quarterback, Cam O'Brien, for the tackle for loss. Will set up 4th and goal. Huge tackle right there for O'Brien as his helmet came off. As the fans here at Bloxted Field are getting much louder on these goal-to-go plays, as Jordan Cummins will check into the game for O'Brien on 4th and goal. And looks like Beverly is going to go for it. They got 1 wide receiver on each side, or 2 to the left. As they're going to look to throw, as there's a timeout before the play. Timeout by Swampscott before the play started. So that penalty will be negated and be blown dead. It'll be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line after the timeout.
Timeout was called.
Beverly's record right now?
4th and goal. Time another huge play for Beverly if they want a chance in this one. Their defense has been solid, but the offense not giving them much help. Only allowing the high-powered Swampscott offense to 20 points. But it's 4th and goal, and they are going to go for it. They have 2 wide receivers to the left. Nobody to the right. There's a play-action pass. Looking for the tight end in the back of the end zone. Pass is swatted down and intercepted. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, as pass was deflected by Dubiel and picked off by a Swampscott defender, and they will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Great coverage on the play by Dubiel, the linebacker, and defensive back for the Swampscott Big Blue defense.
Was actually intercepted by the Big Blue. First and 10 for the Big Blue at the 20-yard line.
So, yeah, but it was intercepted because they got the touchback. Yeah. So Brian will go back to work on an empty set, 5 wide, trips right. Doubles left. Baskin out of the backfield will be the 3rd wide receiver to the right. Empty backfield. So they're calling an audible at the line of scrimmage. Baskin will come back into the backfield with now 2 wide receivers on each side. So there's a snap, handoff to Baskin up the middle, and he gets brought down quickly there. That was Robert Lyons on the tackle. Trips to the left side for the Big Blue with Augustin alone on the right. Baskin to the backfield, 2nd and 11 after the loss of 1 on the run. Baskin will get another handoff. Runs left, has room, and he picks up close to a first down and will be brought down by a lot of Beverly defenders.
Xavier Baskin on the carry.
That was Baskin on the carry. Had a good day on offense as he has a 60-yard receiving touchdown, 1 of 2 passing touchdowns from O'Brien. Elijah Burns has the other. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver left. So O'Brien hands it off to Baskin straight up the middle, trying to pick up the first down. He'll be short. Great defensive stand by Beverly. They're still hanging in there with Swampscott. Be 4th and goal, 4th down. 4th down and about 3. They're going to punt. O'Brien will punt it away to Andre Sullivan of Beverly. O'Brien gets the snap, will punt it away. Booming punt. All the way to Beverly's 20-yard line. Nice catch made by Sullivan, who will get tackled down by Cole Hammernick at the 28-yard line. It was a long punt from O'Brien. As Beverly's offense will go back to work in a must-score drive with 8:39 to go in the game, down by 14, setting up at their own 28-yard line. Swampscott's defense has been great all day, barring the 1 touchdown allowed on the long run by Jay-Sean Jones, who has gone down twice. He came back into the game and then got hurt again. He's still on the Beverly sideline. Joey Loretti replaced him. Play action pass, rolling right is Pascarosa, throws right. That pass is incomplete. Covered on the play by Xavier Baskin. Pass intended for Nick Cole.
Pass intended for number 80, Nick Cole. Out of bounds. It'll be second down for Beverly.
Second down and 10. Baskin pushed Cole out of bounds. Cole's not able to get a foot inbounds. 8:28 to go, second and 10. Loretti still in the backfield with Pascarosa behind a fullback. Pascarosa will look to throw, rolling left, throwing across his body, caught on the outside, tackle made. Dylan Doobie was the first one there. Baskin and O'Brien come in to combine for another tackle, another play by Doobie on the defensive side. That pass was caught by on the play for about a gain of 4. 3rd and 6 for Beverly on the 32-yard line. Ryan Martell was on the catch. 3rd and 6, 7:46 and counting left in the game. On their own 32-yard line, Doobie just picked up his 8th tackle of the game. There's a long throw deep for Maroney, and that is caught. Oh, he's picked off, ripped from Maroney. What are they going to call here? It was initially caught and then ripped down by Hammernick. And that's going to be called an interception. Hammernick took it away from Morency. Sorry, not Maroney. Morency caught it initially, but the ball was ripped away by Cole Hammernick before he got to the ground, or at least that's what the officials have ruled here. We 1st and 10 for the Big Blue trying to... Oh, now they're calling it a catch. So they say Morency caught it initially, then he fell down and Hammernick ripped it away from him. Called the catch, 1st and 10. Now it's a momentum swinging play, as that would have basically put Beverly out of it. 22-yard gain instead of an interception. That's Morency's 3rd catch since being replaced at quarterback by Anthony Pascarosa. 4th catch by Morency. 1st and 10 now in Big Blue territory, 46-yard line. As there's a handoff to Loretti up the middle, who is met about 5 yards downfield. Four-yard gain. 2nd and 6 with 6:58 to go and counting. 20-6 Swampscott. Beverly must score here to have any shot in this game. Big Blue defense, who has been spectacular all day, looking for the last final stop. As Pascarosa looks to throw, rolls right, will try to take off himself, and will slide down for a gain of 2. Or actually, no gain on the play. No gain on the play. 3rd and 6. .6:15 and counting to go. 3rd and 7. Pascarosa has taken over in the second half and late in the first half at quarterback. So there's a handoff to Loretti, who was stuffed at the line of scrimmage by the entire Swampscott defensive line. 4th and 7. 5:50 to go. Gonna have to go for it. Punting would basically end the game here.
Number 53 is Joey McDonald on the tackle for Swampscott. 4th and 8 for Beverly.
4th and 8. Pascarosa, 2 wide receivers left, 1 wide receiver right, drops back to pass. And there's pressure in the backfield. They're going to look for a screen pass. Caught by Loretti, and he is brought down well before the first down. And it will go back to the Big Blue. 5:12 to go in the game, up by 14. Couple first downs may put this thing away, if not already. If it isn't already. O'Brien will go back to work. And loss of 2 yards on the screen pass. Jake Papazoglu giving pressure to the quarterback, had to make a quick screen pass, or a quick dump off to the running back. Not enough for the first down, as there was a loss of 2, sending the Swampscott offense back out there. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Baskin getting a few runs here, trying to train the clock down. As O'Brien drops back to pass, pumps left, looks deep now, has a man downfield, caught by Andrew Augustin down to the 22-yard line, or 22-yard line. Augustin with his 3rd catch of the day in his first game, makes a huge catch there. 5 minutes to go. We'll set up Swampscott in Beverly territory with 1st and 10. How many yards is that? O'Brien in the backfield with Baskin. 2 wide receivers on each side. O'Brien drops back to pass. Quick throw to the right. Caught by Elijah Burns, who picks up enough for a first down. And it will set up 1st and goal for the Big Blue. 12-yard catch for Burns. O'Brien with Baskin in the backfield, trips to the left on 1st and goal. Augustin on himself on the right, as there's a handoff to Baskin, who tries to get to the outside and will be tackled down after a gain of about 2. Will be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
On the play, 2nd and goal from the 8.
3 minutes to go in the game. Big Blue in no hurry. Say if this one basically wrapped up, touchdown here would officially seal it, pretty much. Trying to add an exclamation point on an already good day. O'Brien trips to the left, 1 to the right. So there's a fake handoff to Baskin. Pass is tipped. About 2 steps from being picked off and taken back for a pick 6 by Anthony Pascarosa. Batted down on the play by Beverly. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Third and goal for the Big Blue.
Third and goal from the 8-yard line. O'Brien sets up with Baskin in the backfield. 1 wide receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Nakari Davis moving in as a tight end. There's a fake handoff to Baskin. Read option up the middle for O'Brien, and he plows forward for close to a touchdown. I think he's going to be marked short at the 1-yard line. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 1. Of Swampscott, as that takes more time off the clock. We'll bring it down to about 2 minutes to go before the next snap. It'll be 4th and goal. O'Brien taking that one for 7 yards. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line for O'Brien and the Swampscott offense. Up by 14 already, looking to put the exclamation point onto this win. Bryan takes a low snap, will take it himself, trying to fight in there, and he looks to be short. And that's going to put Beverly back on offense, I believe. Beverly go back to work, but deep in their own territory. Game definitely in Swampscott's hands, barring a long touchdown here early in this drive. 20-6 with 1:34 to go. Beverly go back on offense at their own 2-yard line. The 1.5-yard line, pretty much. Scoreboard says the 2-yard line. So there's a snap. Pascaroso looks to throw. Looks deep for Maroney. That's going to be incomplete. Hammernick almost with the pick. That pass was intended for Danny Morency.
Pass intended for Morency. Incomplete.
Second down and 10 for Beverly. Stop here would end the game 100%. Beverly wants any type of chance in this one. They need a touchdown, and they need one quick. Down by 14. Pascarosa takes the snap, fakes the handoff till we're ready. Throws a slant route. That pass is off the hands of the receiver and incomplete. Augustin with the hit over the middle. Pass is intended for Marcelo Pinto.
Pass intended for number 10, Marcelo Pinto. Incomplete.
3rd and 10. For Beverly. Third and 10 now for the Panthers. Pascarosa. One running back in the backfield with a fullback in front. Pascarosa will get sacked for a safety. That will put 2 points on the board for Swampscott as Jake Papazoglu will get the sack and the safety, but will be called for a taunting penalty for his celebration after the play. Kind of stepped over the Beverly quarterback there.
Number 66, Jake Papazoglu on the tackle for safety in the end zone.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Swampscott. Only thing that will really affect is the kickoff after the safety. 1:14 to go. Will be Swampscott getting the ball back, probably in victory formation. Up by 16 with a minute left. Beverly will just kick it off to the Big Blue with 1:14 to go. Cummings back to return for Swampscott. Beverly might look to onside kick this. trying to get the ball back with a minute left, but shouldn't matter even if they do get it. This Big Blues defense has been very good all day. Loretti on to kick it off. It will be an onside kick. Recovered by Cam O'Brien. And that will do it here. Pretty much 1:14 to go. Swampscott will just snap the ball a few times. So Swampscott will run much offense here. They are setting up in their normal offense, probably a run play. Just trying to chew the clock down. Hand off to Baskin, goes straight up the middle, picks up about 5. I will run the clock down. Swampscott will take a 22-6 victory over the Beverly Panthers and will move to 3-0 on their season. 2-0 since the COVID shutdown earlier in the year. O'Brien had 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. Baskin had a 60-yard touchdown catch. Elijah Burns with the other one. Swampscott takes a knee. And that will just about do it. Swampscott's defense came up big again, only allowing Beverly to 6 points on an 83-yard touchdown by Jay Sean Jones. And as the clock hits 0, that will do it. My name is Dawson Berry. I wanted to thank our technical director, Jeff Bentz, and our camera operator, Bennett McDonald, and our producers, John Delajervin and Mr. Duet. From all of us here at Swampscott TV, thank you for watching.